Alrighty, starting off we have Acrid. Now Acrid is an interesting character with a unique way to deal damage, but the way he does that damage is pretty dull.
Wow, I'm surprised. We actually agree on something for once. Acrid has the highest damage potential without items in the game, but you pretty much have to kite and use your default secondary and special skill to get any value from poison, and it gets pretty boring. Also, anyone who says Blight is better is working with CNN to spread fake news.
Come on, man. I love my poison doggo. He should be an S tier for sure.
Listen, Sleepy Joe, he's a B tier at most. He makes me fall asleep more than you do.
I have to agree with him on this one, Joe. Unless you're running Blight, which I have no idea why anyone would do that to themselves, Acrid is a pretty boring character. However, I do agree on B tier.
Whatever, man. Poison doggo for life.
Moving on, we have Artificer. Like Acrid, she has a very unique kit, but unlike Acrid, she is very action-packed and takes some skill to play. I think A tier is a good spot.
I take back what I said earlier, Barack. That is the most shittiest take you ever had. Both of her primaries are bad, and even if you run default primary with Ignition Tank, her damage is still not even close to my boy Commando. Also, her special skills are pretty mid as well. You have to go up to the enemy's face to deal a decent amount of damage with Flamethrower. Not to mention that it doesn't ignite enemies all the time. An Ion Surge is just boring to use. The only good thing going for her is that she can cheese Mithrix with Ice Spear or Ice Wall.
That's the point, Donald. Her kit takes skill to master. And the fact that she can freeze Mithrix is all the more reason why I say A tier. However, I don't feel like arguing, so I'll just put it in B tier.
Fine, but I still think she's C tier at most.
Anyways, next up on the list is Bandit.
Oh my God, I love Bandit. It reminds me of when I was a gunslinging cowboy back in 1898. He's also fun to play as so easy S tier.
Of course you would love Bandit, Sloppy Joe. You were a bandit during the election and stole my place as president. Also, I doubt you were a gunslinger. Because, geez, I don't know. You're a fucking Democrat!
Would you shut up, man?
Easy, guys. Let's focus on the topic at hand. Bandit is a fun character. Both of his ultimates are fun to use. On one hand, Lights Out is very satisfying to use when you get a bunch of resets on your abilities. On the other hand, Desperado is very satisfying to use when you get 30 stacks in one shot crit a boss. So I think A tier is fine.
Sleepy Joe stealing my election aside, I agree. His kit is fun and has a unique way of critting.
Jesus, you will never live that down. Anyways, I guess he's an A tier. Let's move on.
Perfect. Now let's get on to a juicy one. Captain, come on, guys. Do we need to say anything for this badass, easy S tier?
Of course you like Captain, since he can bomb enemies from any distance. That being said, yeah, he should be an S tier.
Is everything just politics to you, Donald?
You said it, not me.
Captain is a pretty fun character, although I'm pretty bad at him since my reflexes aren't what they used to be.
Jesus, how old are you, Biden? Whatever, moving on, we have Commando. He's the definition of a mid character, so let's put him in C tier.
Here we go again with the shitty takes. Commando is maybe not strong early game, but he has the best proc potential for items in the game and has the ability to even rival Loader in damage. He's A tier at least.
Look, I'm just going to be fair and put him in B tier. You are right that he has the strongest proc potential in the game, but he needs the items in the first place if he's going to rival Loader in damage. Now on to the Engineer.
Boring as fuck character and useless without his turrets. D tier.
Donald, you're just mad because you don't like Bungus. Engineer will always be my favorite character. You get items and place your turrets down with no worries.
Oh, of course you like Engineer, Creepy Joe. Also, don't even say you have no worries until you fight a horde of Elder Lemurians. The only reason you win on Engineer is the fact that you play Artifact of Command on Drizzle. Get Golden Eclipse 8 on everyone, then maybe I will respect your dogshit opinions.
Obama, back me up here.
Sorry, Joe, he does have a point. Engie is pretty boring and relies too much on his turrets to do damage. I'll put him in C to be fair.
I hate you both.
Love you too, bud. Anyways, next is Heretic. I know a lot of people don't consider this a character because you have to get 4 lunar items to become her. However, her kit is brain dead OP, so S tier for sure.
Finally, a good take. A lot of people hate the fact that you have to invest lunar coins to get this character. But what I have to say for that is that you should get a small loan of 1,000,000 lunar coins from your father. And the investment is worth it.
Oh, you are so full of shit, Donald. You use Notepad to cheat in those lunar coins.
That is fake news from the woke radical leftist media. Also, I don't want to hear that I'm cheating coming from you.
Guys, not this shit again. I'm just gonna put Heretic in S tier. Goddamn. Anyways, next is Huntress. She doesn't do the most damage, but she's very mobile and hard to hit, and that fully makes up for it.
I 100% agree, and let me tell you something. With the ass she has, it would be my honor to grab her by the pussy.
The fuck is wrong with you, Donald? I will admit she does have a nice ass, but too far. Just A tier for ass, I guess. Anyways, next is Loader. S tier, no explanation needed.
Agreed.
Now Mercenary. Honestly, I don't really like him. Only try-hard nerds play this character.
Agreed, especially the tryhard nerd who is editing this video. I'm talking to you, Kayn. Anyways, C for China.
Care to elaborate on why you said C for China on Mercenary?
No.
Next is Multi. He is the most versatile character in the game. However, not my playstyle, C tier.
Oh, come on, he's B tier at least. He has many ways to deal damage. He isn't mobile, but his tankiness and quite frankly his high DPS more than makes up for that.
Fine, I'll put him in B tier, only because I want to get this bullshit over with. Next is Railgunner. I'll put her in S tier for pretty much being a ranged loader.
I agree, but the only reason she's S tier in my eyes is that I can quick scope enemies like the good old days in MW2 on the 360.
Fair enough. Next is Rex. I don't like the idea of sacrificing health for damage, and that can be detrimental at many times. D for detrimental.
I just don't think you like investments, Barack. That's probably why the economy was so bad in your terms. But sure D for detrimental. It's not like this tier list matters anyways.
Why do you make everything about You know what, never mind, let's just get this bullshit over with. Finally, we have the Void Fiend. He is probably the most unique character in the game. His corruption mechanic is nothing we've seen before. I think a solid A tier.
Wrong, he's more of an S tier in my eyes. He has very high DPS, decent mobility, and has built-in healing. What more can you ask for?
Now that you mention it, yeah, that is pretty powerful. Fuck it, S tier, baby. Wow, we are finally done.
We sure did, Obama. You want to play a monsoon run with me and Joe?
Sure, I want to kick Mithrix's ass. Wait, where's Biden?
Huh, what did I miss?
You enjoy your nap, Cranky Joe? Anyway, you want to play a run with us?
I have nothing important to do. I think, sure, why not?
All right, but don't steal items, okay?